Hello, everybody. Cheers, and welcome back to another Happy Hour Live at a new time. Typically, we come to you at 5 p.m. on a Thursday, and today I am officially declaring it okay to drink at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday. So today we have a very special Happy Hour Live. Say hi in the comments if you're here. We have one of my favorite people on as our guest. Scott Wells from Bolero Snort Brewery is here with us. Hello, Scott.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. I have my, again, I got my Bolero Snort beer here. So, you know, we're all good. We're all good for 1 o'clock on a Thursday. Cheers. Virtual
If you gave
cheers.
me permission, I'm good to go.
Absolutely. So first of all, I want to talk about the Shot in a Beer program, which I know Bolero Snort is participating in, and you kind of helped usher along. So what you're seeing right now is a list of some of the breweries. More have joined since then, which is awesome. So Scott, give us a little rundown on Shot in a Beer.
Yeah, it's pretty much a basic program. We wanted to do our part to help the vaccination effort and help convince people that now's the time. The vaccinations are out there; they're available. If you're on the fence, it's a good time to go because you don't have to hunt around for an appointment anymore. You should just be able to find that shop pretty close to you. So for the breweries to do our part, we wanted to kind of up the ante and give everyone an extra little incentive where basically you go, you get your shot anytime in May. You swing by your local brewery that's on the participation list, and we give you a free beer. It's pretty simple, and hopefully it does enough to encourage people that we're all trying to get beyond this and get out of it together. So now's a great time to get a little extra incentive from it and get some liquid post-vaccination courage. Yes,
and it's funny because you are right across the street from the massive Bergen mega site. So, if you're in Bergen County, it's the perfect opportunity for you to go and get your first shot, which I know the one thing about the program is you have to get your first vaccination shot in the month of May, which again, should be pretty easy since most places don't require appointments anymore. And then head across the street and go to Bolero Snort.
Come over and check out Bolero Park. Show us your card. We'll get you the first beer on us.
Yeah, exactly. So tell me a little bit about your collaboration with the governor, because I know the Brewers Guild and the governor's office kind of worked together to get around some rules that the ABC had established about discounted beer.
So New Jersey still has some pretty antiquated laws and regulations regarding alcohol.
Yes.
But essentially the way it all boiled down, we wanted to do this program. We thought it was a good idea, but the regulations in New Jersey prohibit breweries from offering free beers or discounted beers for any reason. We can't have happy hours or anything like that. So when we had this idea, we, through the Brewers Guild of New Jersey, brought it to the governor's office, and the governor was like, wow, this is fantastic. I love this idea. Let's do it. And we were like, we'd love to, but we can't because it's illegal. So the governor's office kind of helped us out a little bit. They asked us for a bunch of breweries that would volunteer to get the program rolling. They went and worked on the regulatory side to get a special ruling from the Alcoholic Beverage Control Board to be able to basically do this for 1 month. So, while we can't ever otherwise offer free beers, just for this 1 month, for this one reason, we could give you one beer for showing up with your vaccine card, thanks to some help with the governor's office. But, it took a good amount of effort to get this to come together. We've been adding breweries pretty much left and right. A lot of breweries have come on since the program was first announced by the governor last week. So it's pretty exciting that we've been able to add more in as the program has gone on. So, hopefully when you're looking at the lists that are out there from the governor's office, you can find a brewery that's either close to you or close to the place that you're going to get your shot. And go check out that local brewery, show them some love too. Grab something else while you're there.
Stick around for a couple beers.
Yeah.
Never hurt anybody. Well, speaking of that, let's talk about Bolero Snort. So tell me about your tap room. Tell me about your outdoor area. What do you have open right now for when people come to visit?
So we opened up a very sizable beer garden that we called Bolero Park. It's a dinosaur-themed area where we got the permission to start the outdoor seating through breweries and restaurants and bars last year. We created this pretty large area thanks to some help with for the municipality. But we were able to put together a pretty cool outdoor space that's also very sizable. We take the COVID restrictions very seriously. We have everything very well distanced. We want sure our guests are as comfortable as possible. Especially this being Bergen County, this area was hit very hard. So we want to really have a big, wide open area where people feel comfortable and safe. Rebecca, I believe the last time you were in the brewery was before we closed down a year plus of COVID. And we had a sign on the events board in our tasting room that had our next advertised event as Pie Day. And we never erased that. So we were determined to get the tasting room reopened for Pie Day 2021. And we, come December, we kind of created a modified seating area in the production space behind me, which is also obviously very large. We have good ventilation out there to keep people distanced.
Yeah.
And with the change in regulations and more people getting their vaccines, we were able to finally get the tasting room at least somewhat reopened, only for a couple tables far apart.
Right.
Somewhat reopened by Pie Day 2021. So we've been able to welcome people slowly and distance into the tasting room again now. But it's been very exciting to see people, kind of back in the building, getting things back in order again.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not doing bar service again.
We're
not using glassware that you have pictured. We're using, plastic single use. We're taking everything as slowly and cautiously as possible. But it's great to see people coming out again. Everyone that's coming in here, people are like, all right, I got my vaccine. Can we hang out again? It's been a lot of fun seeing it kind of slowly transition back to normal.
Definitely. I know I, for one, feel a lot more comfortable now that I have my vaccine to go out and do things. And something that I really appreciate about you and about Bolero Snort is that, like you said, you guys have been taking COVID regulations really seriously. So I can tell you, if you go to Bolero Park or even inside the tap room, you're good. I know you guys got us.
It's funny because I like to look at online reviews and just see what the vibe that people get from our places. And so many of the online reviews that we've gotten for the past, I think it's 9 or 10 months since we at least opened up Bolero Park.
Yeah.
People are like, wow, if you're nervous about COVID, if you're nervous about being in crowds, check this place out because they're taking it very seriously and very cautiously. And we've got people just running around sanitizing stuff constantly throughout the day. So it was a bit of a changeover in how we're running our operation here, but we've got it pretty much down now, making sure everyone's very happy and comfortable while they're here.
Yes. So let's talk about, let's say I just got my vaccination over in the Meadowlands. I'm coming to Bolero. What are some beers that I can get for free? And what do you guys have on tap right now?
So the special ruling allowed for 1 draft beer.
Gotcha.
So what I'm drinking right now technically doesn't count. So I guess you can't have one of these.
Well, tell us about it anyways. I still want to know.
But we, any given week, depending on what we have going on, we added in our outdoor kegerator. So that added 8 taps. So at any given time, we're usually running about anywhere from 20 to 26 different beers. This was what we call sour week around here. We're releasing a couple of new sours. One of them is banana, coconut, and pineapple that I'm pretty excited about. So that's something I'm looking forward to having at the end of the day tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we've got a nice little list that goes everywhere from easy drinking lagers and basic stuff to West Coast IPAs, New England IPAs, obviously the sours, and we have an assortment of other fun things. But let's face it, at this point, people really don't care about Belgian beer anymore as much as I'd like them to. They're coming out for the sours and the hazies. So we have a little something for everyone, and we introduced into our lineup our seltzer line.
Yeah, tell us about the seltzers, because those are super hot right now. Anyway, so even if you don't like beer, you can still head to Bolero and get yourself a seltzer.
Yeah, it's very important for us to make sure that we have a beverage for everyone. And Caitlin, who's one of our brewers, she was very passionate about kind of creating and crafting our entire seltzer program here. And she's done an absolutely fantastic job making sure that, seltzer doesn't have to be just flavored seltzer. We take a lot of time and pride into crafting our beers, and we put that same effort into our seltzer and our Broad Street line.
Right.
So she's been having a lot of fun really coming up with different flavor concoctions. And, we kind of went out there with a little bit of nervousness for one of our core flavors, which is a cucumber blackberry seltzer. And it was a little bit out there, and I think people were a little apprehensive from the get-go because it's not the type of flavor you would normally see from a canned seltzer, really, from anything in cans. And it absolutely took off. It's something that's just so different than most of the things you see from other places, that it doesn't just have to be, sparkling alcoholic water with something added into it. You can take the time to really put the care and effort in and come up with a really well-crafted beverage. So I'm very excited about that one. And then on the flip side, because we are Bolero and we have to shove candy and other such things and everything, we went the other way and made a cotton candy seltzer.
Ooh, perfect for summer.
It was supposed to be a one-off joke and people just absolutely loved it. So now we have this phenomenal cotton candy seltzer that's heading out into the wild for the first time. We're doing boxed variety packs of our seltzers going out to retailers throughout New Jersey. It has that one in it.
Oh my God.
So exciting stuff. So, we try to make sure we have a little bit something for everyone, like I said, down here, but it's also important to have something for everyone that's trying to find our products out in the market.
Yeah, I can't wait. And I know that, I feel like it's a common thing for you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, to take an inside joke and then just turn it into something crazy. Like the Bolero Snort is just so known for its wild beers. I mean, you guys have the peanut butter and jelly beer. I recently got my hands on some of your Lucky Charms beer, and I left it at my parents' house, and I'm really annoyed about that. So that's waiting for me when I go back to visit them. But you guys have like amazing beers.
We try to make sure it's, like I said, it's something for everyone. We don't take things too seriously. We've got a large team. We've got over 20 employees now, and really everyone who's here is involved in the creative process from one way or another. And we come up with ideas from every angle. And there's been beers that were literally just born out of one of us being in the grocery store shopping and finding something that was on sale that day and be like, what could we do with this?
How can we ferment this and throw it into a tank?
I like to walk through the produce section and just find some different things and make some fun, concoctions from it. And, those who know me know I like to spend my weekend operating a blender at my house. And what I could get to mix together. And, vodka just happens to be a very good neutral base.
It does. It is.
And, kind of take a different direction and turn it into a beer or seltzer after that.
I agree. And it just rings true because I know you guys started off Gypsy Brewing and you didn't have this set area yet. And now, since you've moved into the Carlstadt location, you have this massive tap room, which is just, it's like one of the biggest I've ever seen. You have, again, the really great outside, you have the really great inside. So it feels very organic for you guys to be messing around making Fruity Pebble beer.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, we like to have fun. We don't take ourselves too seriously. At the end of the day, people like to drink beer because they want to enjoy the beer and they want to enjoy the time that they're having while they're drinking it. So we kind of take that perspective into everything that we make. And we like to be, a well-crafted artisanal product, but at the same time, it's got to be something that is fun and drives people to really want to check it out. And over the years, we've made a lot of different things that may sound really kooky and, almost polarizing, but then people are like, wow, those flavors actually work together.
Yeah.
So it's important for us to, always maintain that balance, have a little bit of something for everyone, but have something that really excites you. When you come here, there should never be a menu that's here. You should never see our lineup in a store that's like, all right, those are pretty much the same things we see from everyone else. We like to keep it different. We like to have, kind of unique ideas and unique flavors that kind of set us apart. And we're very fortunate that we spent 7+ years building up that reputation with the public, building up our base of local bars and liquor stores and restaurants that have supported us. We got this building open literally just 2 months before the pandemic shut it down. And we were very fortunate that since the last time you were in this building, we've added more tanks thanks to demand from our partners throughout the state and beyond New Jersey.
Right.
So we're able to really kind of take some of those ideas and figure out what makes the most sense for the market.
Right.
And now it's kind of fun that we're starting to see this dramatic recovery from COVID everywhere. And we're starting to see the bars are turning things around and opening their doors again. They're getting customers back in. The restaurants are getting customers back in. And it's important for us to make sure we have the beer to give to them that helps them attract customers into their building too.
Right.
And really everyone beyond this COVID nonsense.
Yeah, it's a big collaborative effort. And I know we've covered your beer, we've covered your seltzer, but I also want to talk about your beer slushies. So tell me about those and what the heck they are.
They're getting ready right now. So if we're lucky, one might actually materialize.
What might appear?
To our studio, but I'm not quite sure. But it's become more of a popular thing. We added the slushy machine in when we opened up Bolero Park last year. And Bolero Park is a fun place to hang out outside, but New Jersey in the summer could be a very hot place to hang out outside. And we wanted something that was going to be a little additional refreshment on top of just having the beer and the seltzer. So we added a slushy machine that we're basically just taking our crazier beers and slushifying them, essentially. So I'm a big fan of our sour beer series, the big kettle sours, and those really do lend themselves well to being in a frozen beverage. I'm the type of guy that if I'm on the boardwalk hanging out on a hot summer day, I want to have that nice frozen beverage. So I think we all kind of have that same. I mean, clearly, if you look at me, I think we all kind of have that same perspective and making sure we have that offering here also. So on weekends, especially when it's hot out, we'll have up to 3 different varieties available. Sometimes like coffee inspired slushies and more often sours. We've tried a bunch of different things, and you'd be amazed how well you can come up with different types of flavors when you're freezing a portion of the beer to make it into a slushie. So it's been a very fun thing, and just another level of experimentation for a building that thrives on experimentation.
Absolutely. And another thing that, again, if you're the friend that doesn't like beer, being forced to go to the brewery with your friends, obviously these are beer slushies, but hey, maybe you'll like it. Maybe you'll like it in slushy form. And if not, get a seltzer.
Everyone's got that friend, and it's my job to make sure that friend is happy when they're here.
Exactly. On behalf of all of those friends, I thank you. And I want to thank you so much for being on Happy Hour Live and explaining Shot and a Beer with us. I hope that everybody checks out Bolero Snort. And thanks so much, Scott, for all the great beer.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in at our new time slot. Again, we're going to be doing Happy Hour Live at 1 p.m. going forward. Leave us a comment. Let us know if this works for you. And again, check out Bolero Snort. Grab yourself a seltzer, a beer, a slushie, And if you haven't been vaccinated yet, you could get one of those beers for free. I will see you next time. Cheers.